voice.
Hello.
It's welcome back, isn't it?
Well, I suppose yes, because we are back for the second time. It was supposed to be yesterday, yes, but stuff happened, so
It wasn't a possibility. So
No.
we're doing the stream today instead.
yes,
But we still strive to do every Saturday.
yeah. Every Saturday is gonna be where we hopefully are gonna be streaming. So, is there anything else? Otherwise, I mean,
I think discuss what do you remember from the game from last time?
we tried to catch a culprit, but we ended up catching another character, and ended up resigning because we didn't do what we were supposed to, or whatever. We
Kind of just gave up.
yeah,
One of the bandits.
kind of just gave up. Then we unlocked the other character.
Yeah.
I don't remember the name.
Neither do I.
But they are basically just, they're all about a clean city and whatnot.
Yeah.
Eco-friendly stuff.
He is very, very known for being a bit maybe dangerous about it.
Yeah.
He cares about it a lot.
So
Yeah, we changed over to him, and then we made a different choice for him to not approach the girl, right?
Yeah.
So the Kano wouldn't arrest him and retire as a consequence of that.
Yeah.
And then we got kicked out of his route.
Yep.
Yeah, we have those keep out moments where you have to go from another character so you can go back.
I'm trying. Come on. Oh no. Oh no.
It might be one of those games, yeah.
Well, hang on a second.
I have to close the game entirely.
Okay, back to the game. It seems to be working now. For some reason, the controller didn't want to be registered, so
Can happen.
yeah. But it seems to work now. So let's go. Let's see.
Get to do it. Hey, Archie, that was his name.
Actually, yeah.
There's so many characters in this game. Okay. Alright. Archie.
Going, no.
No, we still haven't
Oh.
gotten that. You
Okay.
stopped last time. So you have to go into Archie to the point where he would see. So you just take choice B, and that explains it. Yeah.
So, we're gonna choose the same choice as last time.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. First first I gotta dump this trash. He looked around to see if there was a garbage bin nearby. Huh? A man had come up beside the girl. He was dressed in black, and he wasn't Japanese. It looked like they were having a conversation. The girl nodded tensely at something the man said. Archie stared. Something tells me that's not her boyfriend.
He does look a bit older.
Yeah. The girl handed the attaché case to the man. He took hold of it with his right hand and began walking briskly away. Whoa! A nearby homeless man suddenly leapt over Archie and broke into a run, as if he had been waiting for this very moment. Oh.
That's the menu.
How did I... Oh, it was X. Yeah. Yuji... Yeah, that's exactly.
Yeah.
Cosplay detective.
Yeah, he has a habit of doing that.
Hmm. Well, he was the one partnered with Kano.
Yeah.
Okay. Sprinting alongside him was a young man in a suit. Some words in text appear red. Red text denotes important keywords that let you jump between different protagonists. Stories. This allows you to shift between characters at specific points. These can also allow you to clear a keep out in another character's story and let you read on. If you come across red text, press X to underline it, then press A. A window will appear, allowing you to jump from one protagonist to another at that point. Then press A to continue. The other character's story after the keep out. Give it a try.
Pick that, and then they ask if you want to go over to Kano.
By performing a jump from this screen, you can advance another protagonist's story past the keep out. Press A to confirm and jump over to Kano's story.
There you go. Now you can continue Kano's story.
Let's go, Kano! On it! Sasayama and Kano leapt into action.
You did it!
You did it! You did it!
Yeah!
Jump successful. In 428, you will often need to jump to get past another character's keep out. Jump from red keywords to clear a keep out. Keep this in mind as you advance through the story. Okay, there won't be any more tutorial messages for a while. If you get stuck somewhere, try changing protagonists or making a different decision to advance. You can now use the time chart and the main menu from the main menu.
You can now use the main menu from the main menu.
Okay. You can access gameplay explanations and adjust settings. Press Y to open the time chart and settings, I think start if you go by Sony standards.
Yeah, you're using an Xbox controller, so it's the 3 lines.
Yeah. To open the main menu, I think also on the old ones it will start. It used to be start.
Yeah, start, yeah, and options. Right.
But I never expected what happened next. With the case clutched in both arms, the man suddenly veered, running right towards them. What? Catching sight of the two detectives, the suspect staggered to a halt and bolted off in a new direction.
banana peel and glasses!
Kind of whipped off his costume glasses and followed in hot pursuit. At the crosswalk, the signal changed to red, and the flow of foot traffic abruptly stopped, or halted. Just as quickly, hundreds of cars all lurched back into motion. There was no escape for the culprit now, or so it appeared. The converging cops slowed their pace, confident their man was cornered. Then the foreigner barreled straight into the intersection, dodging between the oncoming cars without any hesitation. The mob of detectives came to a halt, not eager to rush to their deaths along with them. Kano, however, remained in hot pursuit, charging into the traffic at the crossing. Kano, are you crazy? Come back! Kano heard Sasayama shouting, but his feet kept carrying him onward.
He's like, ah, fuck this shit. I'm catching this guy.
With shouts and sirens echoing all around him, Kano closed in on the foreigner. Just a little closer. Just a little closer and he'd be in tackling range. He leaned forward, preparing to pounce, his eyes fixed on the culprit's feet. It was now or never. Kano, back off! Don't take him down! It was Kusei, shouting through Kano's earpiece. Huh? Kano hesitated in surprise. Had he really just been ordered not to apprehend the criminal? Let him go for now! The real perp is someplace else!
Who would have thunk it?
The real perp is just the perpetrator. But let's read it anyways. Perp is police jargon for perpetrator. Here,
in case you didn't know!
Yeah, Kusei is referring to the fact that the principal offender in the case must be elsewhere. What had happened to the plan? He had been told that all personnel were to secure the area ASAP. Didn't HQ want them to catch the perpetrator? Arrest team, stay on the foreigner's tail. Police team dedicated exclusively to the task of apprehending the criminal. While a kidnapping case is in progress, the roles of the officers involved are carefully designated so that every officer is ready to take immediate action as the situation develops. Typically, tried and true veteran MPD officers are put in charge of teams for breaking into buildings or apprehending the suspect. Forensics team, get basic cross-reference photos.
Now you can learn about the forensics team.
Team deployed by the MPD to handle the actual tests and techniques of on-scene investigation, such as collecting and comparing fingerprints and analyzing photos of suspects.
For science! As MS Guy would put it.
Yeah. Even if this foreigner was only an underling hired for this one task, the police had now tipped their hand that they'd been lying in wait. If they didn't lock things down now and get more info on the kidnapper, the girl's life might be at stake. Kano recalled another maxim from his date diary. Ah, yes, the date diary.
Yes. The dick dictum number 12. Always assume a worst case scenario.
If Kusei had told him to let the guy go, that implied he was counting on the team that was now in position. But if the crook had planned a way to break through the police dragnet and escape with the ransom, and he succeeded, what was the right call here? Should you take this guy down or back off after all?
What do you think?
Let's listen to Kusei for now. And actually do our job.
What that does.
Kusei's instruction had been clear. Let the officers chase after the guy. Kano had his own job to do. He broke off his pursuit, pointing the next wave of detectives in the direction of the foreigner had fled. Kano had almost gotten close enough to get a good look at the guy's face. But if Kusa had ordered him to let the guy go, well, his boss should know what he was doing. The perp was someone else's problem. Now, he had just ceased his pursuit when Kusa's panicked voice sounded shrill in his ear. "Ip, someone's taking hit of me!" Kano recognized Kusa's trademark squawking immediately. "Subject is male. He appears to be carrying a gun. He's fleeing in the direction of Meiji Dowry." What? Kano could hardly believe it. Hizumi had been kidnapped? Had she been abducted by whoever had taken Maria? But why? Someone must have been waiting for this the moment when the police took their eyes off of her. Something's very wrong here. What in the world is going on? Kano hurried to search the man who had taken Hitomi. If he was heading toward Meiji Dori, there was a good chance he'd gone down one of the alleyways nearby. After darting through the side streets, he spotted a different man, another foreigner, crossing an intersection a few dozen meters ahead.
Just casually walking around.
The man was dressed in black, just like the guy who had grabbed the ransom money. Kusa is right. The kidnapper wasn't acting alone. But wait, something was amiss. Yuzumi isn't with him. Where was she? Kano skidded around the corner, then stopped short.
Oh God.
The man in black was standing there, pointing a gun right at him. Before Kano could react, the man fired. Kano felt hot all over, as if he were on fire. All except for his cheek, pressed against the asphalt, and the palms of his hands. They felt so cold. There was nothing he could do. Nothing, that is, except lie there and watch as his killer turned and walked away.
Ba, ba, ba. That ends!
Okay.
Listening to Kusa was not a good choice. He got shot by a foreigner, and there was a help there. By trying to find the man who'd taken Hitomi, Kano ran into a different criminal, and unfortunately for him, he got shot. If the criminal hadn't been able to get near Hitomi, she probably wouldn't have been taken. How about you make the choice to talk to him instead? At 10:35. So you might have made the right choice, but perhaps, or you can't put that in the box.
Oh.
But you need to go to Achi at 10:35, so you need to make it a bit further in this. You go to the jump point, and then you just continue. Suit, right?
Yeah. Then seemingly, from everywhere, a whole bunch of other guys burst into motion. First one, then another, a third and a fourth, a fifth, over a dozen now. What the heck? Clearly something big was going on down. Were they after the attaché case? Within moments, Archie lost sight of them all, through the crowd. With that many people chasing him, the guy with the case was sure to get caught. But wait, what about that girl?
Yeah, what about her? She's just standing there.
Archie turned back around. The girl was still there. She was staring in the direction that the man who had taken the case had gone, a worried expression on her face. Archie couldn't shake the feeling that something was very wrong. Maybe he should talk to her and ask what's going on? Another crazy day in Shibuya.
That happens every day, man!
They had to be shooting a scene for a film on location. It would probably be a mistake to intrude.
Well, the badman told you what to do, so...
Yeah.
We'll go talk to her.
Archie couldn't shake the feeling that something was very wrong. Maybe he should talk to her and ask what was going on. But just as he was making up his mind, a middle-aged man in a ratty business suit shuffled awkwardly over to her first. Was there something wrong with one of his legs? He was using a cane to walk. Then one of his hands slipped into his jacket pocket. Archie could scarcely believe his eyes. A gun!
Yep.
Take this, old man!
Yeah, take this, old man.
A revolver? What's a revolver? Cult Detective Special. A 38 caliber revolver introduced in 1927 by Colt's Manufacturing Company. A classic example of a snub-nosed revolver. As the name implies, the weapon is frequently carried by detectives, narcotics officers, and the like for the self-defense.
Yeah, so if I should tell you about the specific model of gun he is holding there,
yeah,
not just what is a revolver.
Said I'm not gun Jesus, so I can't say too much about the gun.
No, the game tells you everything you have to know, anyways.
Yeah.
It's usually a governmental issue gun.
Suddenly a young man came running through the crowd. Seeing him, the man with the cane turned on his heel and vanished in the scramble. Something big was going down. What is all this?
Just see kind of run by him.
The young man was closing in on the girl, his expression grim. That guy is up to no good. Archie sprang into motion. Hey-ya! Leaping high, Archie delivered a flying kick right between the man's shoulder blades. Did he just hit Kano? The guy went down but recovered surprisingly fast, spinning back to his feet to grapple with Archie. What the hell is your problem? What the hell is your problem, man? Archie snapped.
Oh no!
The two stood staring each other down as the crowd swirled around them. Let go of me! You let go of me first! After you let go of me, sure! You first, pal! Don't you call me pal, man! Don't call me man, pal!
I forgot this! This is great!
What is this fucking, what's it called? There was a scene in South Park.
Oh, I don't know about that.
There's like these two politicians. Yeah. One of them is American, the other one is Canadian, and I think they're like doing the same thing here. Yeah. Don't call me pal, friend. Don't call me friend, pal.
Yeah.
And go on like that.
Now this motor just reminded me of Ace Attorney because it comes to he keeps saying pal, and there's one point where he's like, "Don't call me that, pal."
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny.
Neither man was willing to yield. The crowd had parted to avoid the scuffle. Passerby were staring from all sides. Well, crap. Archie got a sudden sinking feeling. What the hell am I even doing? Jumped in over my head as usual.
Spinning high kick!
His anger melted away. He loosened his grip. Without further argument, the other man let go of Archie's jacket. Turning quickly away, the stranger hurried over to the statue of Hachiko, where he dropped to his knees, dejected. The girl who had been standing there was nowhere to be seen. Maybe this was the guy she'd been waiting for. The guy was clearly upset that she was missing, and she actually felt kinda bad for him.
This is the misunderstanding, guys.
He decided it would be wise to leave while the guy's attention was elsewhere. Whew. He hurried back along the road to his house. The wind had gone out of his sails, and he didn't feel much like cleaning up trash anymore. Oh well, guess I'll read some manga and go to bed. Better play it safe before the day got any worse.
Ba ba ba. Bad end.
Tussle with a stranger.
Yup. Archer's interference with the young man, obviously that was kind of obvious, disrupted the detective's sting. If Archer hadn't acted on impulse when he saw Kano heading for Itami, things might have gone differently. But how can you make sure Kano doesn't return to the scramble and start latching as he lies further along in Kano's story? Back to Kano! Bad end the game. You see what I mean now? To follow or not?
So I guess we follow.
Right there? See what that yields. What was the right call?
Should we take the guy down or bag off after all?
I say screw to it.
Better the bird escape now. It's too big of a risk. He had to catch this guy ASAP.
Woo! Run after him!
The man darted a narrow alley. Kano ran faster. The man sprinted through the side streets. Evidently, he knew his way around Shibuya pretty well. He noticed two people over by a trash pile. At first they appeared to be a young couple.
Oh, hey!
But looking more closely, he realized that the girl was Hitomi. Mr. Kuse, I've located Hitomi Ozawa. The couple took off running, the rough-looking guy dragging Hitomi by the hand. She's with a man in his 20s. It looks like she's been being led away against her will. Clarify, please, Kuse demanded. What's going on? I'm not sure. Was this guy a member of some criminal group? It looked like the two were running away from something. Alright, we'll handle the foreigner. You go after Hitomi. Got it. Kano sprang into action. Stop it right there! The young man glanced back at Kano, but rather than stopping, he picked up speed, continuing to drag Hitomi along with him. She didn't seem quite able to keep up. Kano knew he could catch them. He tried to close the distance in a sprint. After a short distance, the young man stopped, realizing he couldn't outrun his pursuer. Shielding Hitomi behind him, he glowered at Kano. Why did you run off? Kano demanded. Because you were chasing us. A blatant lie. People didn't just bolt like that without good reason. The young toughs started edging away, keeping Hitomi behind him. Kano followed. Look, just let the girl go. The guy glanced back at Hitomi. She shook her head fearfully. Maybe this troublemaker had warned her to keep her mouth shut. You've got this, Kano. Just don't let them out of your sight. Yeah. A sudden blow to the top of his head left him staggering.
Oh no.
His eyes spun as he reeled with vertigo. There was a flapping sound, and a vague black shape wheeled above him. Was that a crow?
It's that meme, it's like, is this a bird? Or is this pointing at a butterfly?
Yeah.
That's what this reminds me of.
It was the last thing Kano saw before his vision went dark.
Burden!
Was that a crow?
Is that a crow? So, what's the hint? In the midst of chasing the man who snatched the outside staircase, Kano happened across Tomi and Achi. While confronted them, he served a blow to the head and was knocked out cold. But Achi only came this way because he thought it was the quickest way to escape with Tomi. If he'd gone through the police box instead, things might have gone differently. The key is what Achi does at 10:35. Back to Achi! So yeah, now that he can actually get his hands on Hitomi and beat her out, we gotta make a choice at 10:35.
Here?
Yes, here. I'm going to go to bed and before because of what Kano did. So now we go to what's the deal?
I suppose we still choose the same.
Yeah. Yeah, we still have to go to the girl, otherwise she gets kidnapped by someone else. So.
Okay.
Which is what happened in the bed and we lost before. Again. Prior! So.
Was there something wrong with his legs? He was using a cane to walk. Then one of his hands slipped into his jacket pocket. Achi could scarcely believe his eyes. I got it!
Oh my god, it's a gun! Again.
This seems to be the same. But...
Yeah, for now it is.
Oh, okay.
But remember, before Kano came running.
With a single fluid motion, the man lifted up the gun and pointed it in the girl's direction. He was aiming right for her head. Huh?
Huh?
Huh? Oh! The girl had noticed the man with his cane now. Seeing the gun pointed right at her, she froze in fear. Achi didn't hesitate. Breaking into a full run, he tackled the gunman with all his might. Caught off guard, the man sprawled to the pavement. But the would-be assassin kept hold of his weapon and quickly scrabbled back to his feet. Achi knew he had to act fast. He grabbed the ashen-faced girl by the arm and attempted to drag her away. "This way!" he shouted. She just stared at him, uncomprehending, trembling like a startled animal. "Come on, run!" Finally, the girl snapped out of her daze and gave a fearful nod. "The police box! The police box! Let's go!" Still pulling the girl by the hand, Achi headed for the police box outside the train station. But it was empty. Oh no! There were always policemen staffing these things. Why did it have to be on man now? Achi flashed a worried glance behind him and saw the assassin in pursuit like a man possessed.
Madman!
Yes, this is not good. There was nothing they could do but run. With the frightened girl in tow, Achi ran beneath the JR Yamanote line railway overpass. Yamanote, railway loop line that services the Tokyo metropolis. Typically, the morning rush is quite intense, with it stretched from Ueno Station to Okachimachi Station. Sometimes crowded as high as 216% capacity, roughly 300 people riding a space designed for 143 passengers, unrelated to the Yamate Line subway that operates in the city of Kobe. Don't worry, just trust me, he told her. But first...
Just trust me, you've never met me or anything like that.
They sped past the convenience store where an employee was cleaning up the sidewalk. Here, take this, will ya? Archie tossed over the bag of trash. Huh? Wait, what? This way! They slipped through the crowd and into a nearby back alley. But this way's a dead end, the girl said breathlessly. Like I said, just trust me. Stopping abruptly, Archie kicked down a wooden plank covering a gap between the two buildings, clearing a space that a person could fit through. See? We can get away through here. In you go. But the girl just stood there, looking terrified. What's the matter? Archie asked. Come on, we gotta hurry. But I... She looked at him as if he too was about to pull a gun on her. He could hardly blame her. After all, he was just some random guy who had turned up out of nowhere. But this was no time for dawdling. The man with the cane appeared at the end of the alley. If they just stood there, he was going to catch them. Okay, sweetheart, hear me out, he said in a rush. The name's Archie Endo. I live in the neighborhood, and I'm not the kind to stand idly by when a girl is being chased by some killer. So please, just trust me, and I'll do my best to keep you safe. He hoped the look in his eyes could convince her he was being on the level, on her level. After a painfully long moment, the girl nodded her acceptance. Right. Let's start with this. They had paused beside an enormous stack of beverage crates. With a quick shove, Archie knocked the whole pile down, sending it cascading across their pursuer's path.
Ah, take that, old man. Cane man. Don't know how.
Now, that was a close call. The man with the cane had was floundering, struggling to get past the folding crates. My bad, man, Archie called out. Mind cleaning that up for me? The man scowled back at them, fumbled for his gun. Archie flashed him a wave goodbye, then slipped away between the buildings with the girl.
Bye. Log lady!
Hurrying down a narrow alleyway, they emerged onto a side street lined with dive bars and clubs. Assuming the man with the cane hadn't given up, he would probably lie in wait on the path back to the main road. Archie decided the best bet was to try to stay inconspicuous rather than risk getting caught on the move. Guess we can lie low here for a bit, he said. He led the girl to the entrance of a tiny old hostess club. She followed him reluctantly.
Not like she really has a choice at this point.
No. Archie flicked the switch inside the front door, and a chintzy chandelier glowed to life. He sat the girl down on the small sofa beside the counter. She gave him a worried look. Archie felt a pang of embarrassment as he realized what she must be thinking. Oh no, don't get the wrong idea. I'm not gonna try any funny business. Someone I know used to run this place. It's not in business anymore, so I figured we're safe here. The girl chuckled at his evident discomfort. All right then, she said. So we're good? We're good. Okay, well, good.
He says awkwardly, I suppose.
She made a vague attempt to straighten his disheveled clothes. So, about some introduction? How about some introductions? I'm Ashi Endo. Like I said earlier. You can just call me Ashi. I'm Hitumi Osawa. You can call me Hitumi, I guess. With each new word out of Hitumi's mouth, Ashi felt his heart sing. She was charming, personable, just about everything about her was captivating. Achi had never met another girl like her. Achi? What? Is something the matter? You were spacing out for a bit. Achi shook his head to dispel his daze. Damn it, this is no time to get all starry-eyed.
Someone's got a crush.
You think?
Nah.
He needed to think of some way to keep her safe from the guy who was after her. Look, can you tell me what the heck is going on? Please, I need to know if I'm gonna help you. Right. Okay. I'm not really sure where to begin. Izumi looked down, lost in thought. Apparently hers was a long story. Alright, she said at last. I guess I'll just explain things as they happened. Wait, hold up. Could you keep it as simple as you can? I mean, I'm not really the sharpest tool in the shed.
At least he knows.
Complicated explanations ain't exactly my strong suit. Okay, Izumi chuckled. I'll try my best. She got comfortable and then started her story. So, last night somebody abducted my sister. The kidnapper demanded that I make the ransom handoff personally. He told me to stand by the statue of Hachiko in Shibuya at 10 o'clock in the morning to make the exchange, so I...
Don't worry about it.
Let me
no.
All of that.
Achi was just like, whoa, I'm sorry, hold up. What? He didn't get it either.
Actually, I suddenly lost the thread of the conversation. At times like this, you can press to go back and reread what you already see. You can also press down quickly to quickly scroll back through sections you've already read. A mark will appear in the upper left corner on the screen while you're paging back and forth like this. You can press the A button to reread the marked page.
So yeah, you can go back. Luckily.
It won't reread.
No. Just read it.
Okay. He told me to stand by the statue of Hachiko in Shibuya at 10 o'clock in the morning to make the exchange. So I did. And this man came by and took the attaché case with the money, and then afterwards that other guy with the cane turned up and pointed his gun at me and... Could you say that again? But like simpler? Sure. I'm just having trouble following it all, it's all. I mean, is this the plot of some movie or soap opera? No, that's not. Or some kind of hidden camera show? This is real. This really happened. The look in Hitumi's eyes was dead serious. She's got to be telling the truth. What would be the point of lying? And he had seen the attaché case and the gunman himself. How much was the ransom, if you don't mind me asking? Hitsumi hesitated. 50 million yen, she said. after a moment. And she gave a whistle of amazement. The detectives told me that was a typical amount for a kidnapper to ask for. It's plenty, that's for sure. I guess there's good money in that sort of thing. As soon as the words were out, he realized his blunder. Ah, sorry, I shouldn't have put it that way. He fidgeted awkwardly, and hastily looked away. I'm an idiot, but okay, I think I get this kidnapping thing. So I'm guessing those guys who chased the guy who took the ransom were undercover cops. He replayed the scene in his head. But then, the kidnapper took the attaché case and ran, right? So if you were empty-handed, why did that guy with the cane come after you? I'm honestly not sure. I just... Italy's words trailed off. This was clearly difficult for her to talk about. Anyway, we should probably get you to the police as soon as we... No, we can't do that. Italy's tone was resolute. I can't take this to the police. Why not? And she waited for an answer, but none came. After a long and awkward silence, she stood up from her seat. I really appreciate the help, but I should go now. She said she gave Archie a deep bow. Nuh-uh, hold on. What do you mean? Go? Go where? He hurried to intervene as she headed for the door. I don't want to cause you any more trouble. I'll figure out the rest on my own, somehow. Hey, I said hold on!
You're up the wrist. Sure thing, girl.
Itami ignored him and opened the door, and their argument came to an abrupt halt.
Oh, hello!
Standing there was the man with the cane, his revolver in his hand.
Slowly zooming in. To be continued.
Well, Archie Endo's 10 o'clock story ends here.
You have successfully survived for an hour as Archie.
However, Shinya Kano still has more to do. Read along further in Kano's story. First though, I think this would be a good time to take a break. So we're gonna take just a 10-minute break. Then we'll be back, okay? So we'll see you guys in a bit.
Yep.
Welcome back. We are now back from our little break.
Now we can continue reading even more.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's go to Kano and see if we can make him survive for the entire hour.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Should we still be taking the floor right now?
I see what happens when you do that.
A man darted down a narrow alleyway. Kinda ran past him. The man sprinted through the side streets. Evidently he knew his way around Shibuya pretty well. The man shot out onto a major thoroughfare, then bolted up a pedestrian bridge. Just where the heck was this guy heading?
Good question.
Halfway across the bridge, the man stopped abruptly. Cautious, kind of stopped as well.
Oh god, that's...
Height roughly 190 centimeters.
Easy grip.
Yeah.
Haha, just according to Chiyoko!
30s. Hair, dark brown. Clothing, all black. A moment later, the man flashed a triumphant sneer as he held up the attaché case. Before Kano could even yell "Stop!" it was already too late.
Drop!
The man threw the attaché case down to the roadway below. No! Panicking, Kano peered over the railing. A man on a motorcycle was waiting beneath the bridge. I've been had. Kano bit his lip hard. Damn it! Kano sprinted back down the bridge, hearing the bike's engine roar to life. He had to make it in time. Descending the stairs four at a time, he leapt toward the roadway, but the bike sped out of reach and roared away in the direction of Yoyogi, leaving Kano in its dust. Looking back up at the overpass, he saw the man who'd thrown the attaché case running away. He handed the money off to someone else. He's currently on a motorcycle heading toward Yoyogi. His report to Kuse complete, Kano slumped down in dismay. The cops had played right into the criminal's hands. Now the crooks were getting away and people's lives were in danger. Was there any greater failure for a policeman? Staring off into the distance, where the man who'd thrown the attaché case had disappeared, Kano gritted his teeth.
To be continued. Oh, it was the right choice.
You finished reading both characters' stories for the hour of 10. In 428, you'll make your way through all the protagonists' stories in parallel like this. Once everyone has reached the ending of a given hour, the next hour can begin.
There's a little preview of the next hour. Preview of character. Bell's very active right now.
Yeah.
Achievement unlocked! Welcome to Shibuya! Now you got all the characters!
This is the end of the tutorial for this part of the story. You can reread previous tutorial messages via the main menu. There's a lot of important info in there, so reread it closely. Now, 428 has reached its 11th time block. You have 5 protagonists available. Whose story will you read first?
I can take a look at the 3 other characters. So we have Minorikawa. We have Warsaw.
So the girl's dad or something?
He at least has the same last name, yes. And we have Tama, who is perpetually in a cat costume. There is a reason for that, obviously. You'll figure that out. So who will you start with? Tama.
So hot.
I can understand that.
It's so hot in this thing. Way too hot. I feel like I'm sitting in a sauna. Everyone else on the street looks nice and cool. But here I am getting treated to my very own personal midsummer heat wave. On top of that, I can barely see. I can barely breathe, for that matter. But hey, what can I do? Huff huff. Pant pant. Huff huff. Pant pant. Oh, I am so thirsty. Some iced tea would be amazing right now.
Got that right.
I'm going to pass out from dehydration at this rate. I may as well admit it. I underestimated how tough this would be. Who knew wearing a mascot costume would be so uncomfortable? A delicate young lady like myself has no business doing this sort of job. I suddenly have so much respect for the people on those superhero team shows. Like, can you imagine doing action scenes in something like this? Heck, all I'm doing is standing here and I'm this close to calling it quits. But I can't. I need the work. I need the money. This is no time to be a wuss. If I give up on this, what else am I possibly going to do? Check out the revolutionary new diet drink, Burning Hammer. I thrust the free sample towards passerby while shouting as loud as I can.
Sample.
A free portion, usually quite small, of a product given out to consumers as a sales giving, allows them to test the quality and effect of a cosmetic or health product prior to purchase, frequently referred to as trial size or freebie version of the product. In addition to passing out free samples on the streets, some shops also include free samples with purchased products. Please note that simply taking a product without paying for it in order to test it out is theft. Don't do it.
Don't steal. That's just wrong.
Come on and give it a try. Oh, it's no use. People just walk by one after the other and avoid looking at the sample. It's been like this ever since I started standing here. What gives? You'd figure at least one person would have taken a bottle by now. I mean, it's free, but I haven't managed to give away a single one. If this keeps up, there's no way I'm getting paid. And then this whole miserable experience will have all been for nothing. Just drink this and watch the pounds melt away. No exercising or dieting necessary. I can hear the desperation in my own voice. Just burn, 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 burn those pounds away.
Burn it all!
They're giving me cold looks now. They'll probably think I'm some shyster trying to offload dodgy product. It's that simple, folks. You just drink the weight away. I guarantee it. Heck, this whole thing reeks of a scam to me too.
Reeks of a scam.
In other words, it seems extremely dubious or suspicious. The word scam, referring to a type of dishonest scheme, is actually of an unknown origin. Several folk etymologies have been proposed, including that it comes from a simple shortening of scandalous misdeed. But these claims have little evidence to support them. Losing weight just by drinking some concoction is way too good to be true, but still, free is free. You'd think I'd be able to give one or two away. It's not like I'm not trying. Okay, pep talk time. You could do this. Think about the money. Just start with one bottle. Alright, I'm going to give this bottle away to the next person I see, no matter what. I close my eyes and gather my determination. I just need to get started, and the momentum will build from there. Alright.
Oh, hello. You recognize those guys?
There are two people walking in my direction. Wait, two? Oh no, which one do I pick? If I keep waffling, they're both going to pass me by. I just need to hand this bottle off. Which one of these guys looks more likely to take it? Clutching the free sample in my furry fist, I try to force it onto the businessman on my left. I try to force it off on the disheveled fellow on my right.
Which one do you want to go for? The businessman or clearly the detective?
Businessman! Clutching the free sample of my furry fist, I try to force it off on the businessman to my left. Here you go, sir. A free sample of Birding Hammer, the latest and greatest diet drink.
Bye!
The businessman flashes me a look of utter contempt.
Oh,
and makes a point of avoiding me as she slips past. Bam! There goes the wind, right out of my sails. I wonder how the other mascot is doing about now. There's a sales demo happening at 1 o'clock at the Nokanen building. Ah, looks like the chicken has handed out all kinds of samples. I don't get it. How come nobody is taking any of mine? What could I possibly be doing wrong?
You're selling something dubious, Tama. That's why.
I look at the clock. It's a little after 11. My morning of wandering around hawking diet drinks is just about over. I'll need to get ready to head over to the sales demo. I'd love to take the costume off, but then I'd have to carry it. Samples I haven't given out are almost too heavy as it is. Oh well, I might not have gotten results, but I tried my best. I sure hope they don't withhold my pay or anything. Hey, what gifts? You got that many left? The chicken speaks with a female voice. Yeah, I replied sheepishly. Nobody seems to want to take mine. Well, I mean, you're looking for the right targets. Huh? Like groups of girls or bored-looking older ladies. Those are the types you gotta be gunning for, you know? Wow, I hadn't even considered that. Now that she says it, it seems so obvious. This is a diet drink after all. Of course. I'm not gonna have any luck trying to force it off on random guys. Well, whatever, the chicken says. Here, give me the samples you've got left. I hand over my samples and the chicken dumps the whole lot into her basket. I'll drink whatever's left so they don't find out you didn't pass them out, she says. Huh? Wait.
That's awfully nice
like
of you.
All of them?
All of them!
Yeah, all of them. The chicken sounds pretty confident in herself. These may just be the sample-sized bottles, but still, they add up to a lot. I can feel myself on the brink of tears at the kindness of her offer. Thank you so much. That's a huge help. I bow deeply, which makes my mascot head wobble. Leaving the station behind, we head down center guide towards Nokane building. The Burning Hammer sales demo is going to be held there this afternoon. Job's supposed to pay 10,000 yen for the day, but if we can sell at least 100 bottles at the demo, then promise another 10,000 on top of that.
Damn.
I need to make sure I sell those 100 bottles. I need that 20,000 yen, and I need it ASAP.
Beautiful.
We arrive at the Nokane building, a rundown multi-tenant office complex. We head into the room where the Burning Hammer sales demo is taking place. There are already about 50 seats out. I wonder how many people the free samples will pull in. A stage has been set up at the far end of the room. That's where I'm going to be standing, sipping Burning Hammer while explaining its effects to the customers. Hurry up and take off. The chicken flaps her wings as she speaks. It's kinda early, but come on, let's have lunch. I'm starving. Now that she mentions it, I realize I'm pretty hungry myself. Oh, they have the Danish flag.
Oh yeah! They have many flags there. They have a Swedish one too, and the Icelandic one.
Yeah, in Greece. And...
Do you think you have a Spanish one?
No.
No.
No. Some of them go again, like there's two Chinese ones over on the side.
Yeah, and two for Brazilian ones.
I can't win a war against my stomach for that long. The chicken and I head to the waiting room where they've set out lunches for us. Mind getting my back real quick? The chicken asks. She arches her back towards me. Apparently she can't reach her own zipper. Oh sure, give me just a sec. I try to unzip the back for the chicken suit, but my own suit's thick, fussy. Fingers have a hard time mopping. What's the hold up? Come on, I'm roasting in this thing. Hurry up and get it off me. I've almost got it. It's just awkward with these mitts. Finally I get a hold of the zipper and yank it downward. A girl emerges from the chicken as if the chicken itself was an egg. Whew, I'm alive! Her red shirt is drenched in sweat. Almost at once, she's kicking back and cooling off with a hand fan. Sorry, but would you mind getting mine too? I asked. Yeah, okay. I turn my back to the girl. I hear metal clacking behind me. At long last, I'm about to be free of this 5-ton fursuit. Huh? The girl murmurs awkwardly. Huh? What? A spike of anxiety hits me. What's wrong, I ask. Yeah, that's a no-go.
Oh no!
Busted. What? Yeah, sorry, this thing ain't coming off. What? My vision goes dark.
Oh, poor Tama!
No, no, no! I tug desperately at the costume, but no luck. I'm trapped inside. Oh, what the crap! Oh well, we can talk to the boss about it when he gets back, the girl says. I mean, it's not like we can just cut it off you with scissors or anything. She sounds entirely unconcerned. It's so unfair. I need to get out of this stuffy, sweltering steam bath as soon as possible. All I can do is clench my fist in incompetent rage. But anyway, good work out there today, the girl continues. I'm Chiyoko Ozuki, by the way. You can just call me Chi. She smiles as she introduces herself. I mean, I am a pretty cheery gal after all. She breaks into a hearty goof-off. Oh, sure, I say. It's nice to meet you. Yeah, for sure. So, I guess you're not gonna be able to eat lunch in that getup, huh? Huh? Yeah, that's right. What should I do? Don't sweat it. Just leave it to me. Huh? I'll eat both lunches myself.
Damn! And Tama's just like staring at us, petrified, like, oh my god, I wanted that lunch so bad! Please!
Chiri doesn't even wait for me to reply before reaching for my lunch. It'd be a shame to let it go to waste, she says. She makes it sound like leftover food is a bigger concern than my hunger. I can feel my appetite stirring all the more as she devours my meals with a satisfied grin on her face. A faint, pathetic gurgle rises from my belly.
Oh, she looks so hungry! Oh.
It's just a cheap little pre-packaged box lunch, but right now it looks like a feast. So, what's your name? Judy asks. Her cheeks are still packed with rice. My name? Yeah. Oh, it's As I struggle to think of an answer, my eyes alight on the piece of tamagoyaki clutched between Chiri's chopsticks. The yellow slab of lightly grilled egg wobbles to and fro. I can see the inside from the way it's been sliced. It looks somewhat undercooked. Come on, what's your name? Hmm? Oh, right. Tama. It's Tama. Huh? You mean like the famous cat? Well, ain't that fitting? Judy chortles and stuffs a piece of tamagoyaki in her mouth, then takes a big swig of iced tea. I am beyond jealous. I wish I could gorge myself on those lunch boxes until I'm full to bursting. Heck, even a cold glass of iced tea would be a lifesaver right now. I'm so thirsty I'm starting to get all dizzy. Maybe I really am getting dehydrated. This isn't good.
Oh no.
If I don't do something, I'm going to pass out before the sales demo even starts. And then I remember something. The zipper down my back might be busted, but I can still take my head off, right? That way I'll at least be able to eat and drink stuff. Alright. I decide to grab the head in both hands and yank it upward with all my might, rock my head back and forth and good and hard. Ask Chiri to assist me. Sorry, would you mind helping me pull my head off?
What are you gonna decide to do?
I decide to ask Chiri. Sorry, would you mind helping me pull my... Ow! I feel a dull throbbing pain at the back of my head. Like I bumped my head somewhere, but I don't remember doing that recently. Chiri flashes a curious look. What are you doing? She asks. I thought maybe I could at least get the head off. That ain't gonna work. That thing's attached to the body. I slump forward on the feet, face planting on the tabletop.
Oh no!
No! Most folks would have noticed that when they put it on, you know? Well, I didn't. The boss helped me get me into this. Into it's the thing.
Yeah.
Well, don't let it get you down, she says. Here, drink some of this. She pulls a bottle with a straw from her bag and pours some of the tea into it.
Her life has been saved.
A fever of thirst. In a fever of thirst, I jammed the plastic straw through the mascot's costume mouth. Thankfully, it reaches as far as my own. I suck for all I'm worth. I suck and I suck and I suck. My body rejoices as the moisture returns to it, like rain coming to the desert. And thus, I revive. Actually, it kind of does feel like I'm coming back to life. Oh, thank you so much. I am never going to forget this as long as I live. With tears welling up in my eyes, I clutch Chiri's hand in my fuzzy mitts. Ah, hey, I'm not the kind of person to abandon someone in need, you know, she replies.
He says as he ate Tama's lunch. I'm just saying.
Yeah, an embarrassed grin crosses her face. How come you're carrying this bottle around with you anyway? I asked. Oh, that's because I make my own protein juice.
Protein.
In Japan, the word protein is frequently used to refer to a powdered health food supplement that contains vitamins and minerals, as well as protein components. It is dissolved in milk or another liquid to create a drink. A protein diet typically involves drinking a glass of this in place of a meal. Drinking it in place of tea would assuredly lead to weight gain. Protein juice? Never heard of it.
Lean Soya Max!
I heard that if you have protein juice for one of your 3 meals a day, you'll lose weight. So yeah, I kinda need to keep it. Given Chiri's sort of, well, chubby frame, I don't think the protein's been working so great for her. I've been trying all sorts of stuff, but right now protein is totally the best thing for my diet. This stuff's tough. Or this stuff though. Chiri casts her eyes as the samples of burning hammer on the table. It's like totally bogus. Huh? Bogus? That's a surprise. Well, yeah, Chiri says. You've gotta exercise if you want to burn body fat. The best way to burn fat is to engage in steady low-intensity aerobic exercise. After roughly 20 minutes of such exercise, the body burns roughly its available blood sugar, and then the brain sends signal to have fat brought into the bloodstream. This is how fat is burned. Anaerobic exercise, which leaves you panting and breathless, is not effective.
No, because fat burning cannot keep up with that high intensity exercise. Everybody doesn't even bother to do something with it.
No. She smacks herself on one flabby arm. I mean, there's no way you're gonna lose weight by taking in more calories. Huh. Didn't she just say she was drinking protein juice to lose weight? I keep that thought to myself.
Don't worry about it.
I mean, that would be as ridiculous as all-you-can-eat Kobe beef, she adds. She shakes her head seriously. I'm not sure about using all-you-can-eat anything as an example in a discussion about weight loss. But again, I keep the thought to myself. But hey, a job's a job, she says, after a moment, perking up again. They tell me to sell this junk. I'll sell it. A sudden wailing comes from the other side of the door. Please, just give me time. I swear I'll get back to you. I'll get it back to you. What the heck, she says? Is that the boss? I nod. That's definitely Mr. Yanagishita.
Trust that.
Voice. How would you say it?
Well, because it's a shita, it's more like shta, so it would be Yanagishita, but yes, close enough.
Yanagishita. Yanagishita's voice. He's the guy who hired me. Sliding up alongside Chidi, I very quietly open the door and take a peek inside. Mr. Yanagishita is down on his hands and knees, begging while two uncouth-looking men glower at him.
One of them's doing the Yakuza stance.
Huh? Huh? You what, punk? Just a little more time, that's all I ask, he pleads. Once I sell this stuff, I can repay you back. I see a tiny bottle of burning hammer in his hands. Just a little more, mimics the middle-aged fellow. I just gotta sell this. We've heard enough of that out of you. Yeah, the younger guy sneers. We ain't giving you any more time, so quit asking. But I really just need a little longer this time.
Just a teeny smidge, please!
You gotta believe me. From the look of things, Mr. Yanagishita is dealing with some loan sharks.
You're not very good at hiding, Tama, with that giant hammers.
Though it seems obvious that this term refers to toothy predators of the deep, the word shark in this case actually has its origins in an older Germanic word, meaning parasite or someone who preys on others. The same word gave rise to the terms pool shark and card shark in case of loan sharks, though the initial mental image seems quite appropriate. And the two thugs are clearly in no mood for his continued drawling. Shiri and I exchange a glance. It's probably the best if we don't go out there right now. But now I'm really worried. Am I actually going to get paid for this gig?
Sure hope so. Bye!
As I'm pondering that, one of the men grabs Yanagishita by the nape of the neck and drags him to his feet. Come on, come with us, pal. We'll take you someplace you can work off your debts. Say what? Mr. Yanagishita wails. The two men drag him away.
They just left the bottle in the middle of the floor too.
Yeah. Huh. Guess he's gone then, Chidi says. He's already starting to pack the things.
You got over that.
Wait, what are you doing? I asked. Going home. Not much point sticking around. Going home? I mean, the demo sure ain't happening now. Anyhow, it was nice working with you. See ya! Moments later, Chiri's out the door.
Tama's just like, what?
Now what do I do? I've been left here all by myself. More or less at a total loss.
Poor Tama. Bad end.
Shift's over.
Yep. Our poor feline friend isn't going to get paid now that those debt collectors showed up and dragged their boss away. If someone had told the thugs how to get to the Volcano building, they probably wouldn't have called Yanagishita. The right decision happened, said, but the dream, who has to make it? You have to figure that out. Someone told them how to get there. Oh well.
Didn't we do that? With the businessman?
No, it's someone else. Another main protagonist.
Okay.
Asked. But if you don't know who it is, now we need to figure that out.
Okay.
You need to take another protagonist and then See what happens there. So who do you take now?
Good question.
That's Ramona. You want to take him?
Sure, let's try.
See what his story is all about. Because Tama surely didn't seem connected at all at the moment.
Well, status. Honor!
I must reclaim my honor!
None of these mean anything to me. All I want is a peaceful life. To put worry behind me. To stay calm and serene. To be free of worldly concerns. Free at any cost.
Ah, look at the times!
Yeah. A chewy rhythm pump from the CD player set up against the study wall. It was the latest hit from Kamiki, the songwriter sensation who was blowing out the pop charts. Kenji saw a reach for the stereo remote on his desktop. He ratcheted the volume up a little louder. He looked like the sort of man who'd been more interested in classical music, but in fact he was a huge fan of the girl rock popular with middle schoolers. Closing his eyes, he swayed back and forth in time with the music, humming his favorite lyrics under his breath, but his movement faltered. No use. His voice usually soothed whatever ailed him, but today, even she couldn't help it. Today, Osawa was a complete wreck, in both body and mind. Mountains of paperwork were scattered across the desktop in his study. All of it about viruses and vaccines. It had only been a week since he returned from a business trip to his company's branch office in the US, and he was slated to go back in another week's time. There was a truly staggering amount of work he needed to get through while he was at home. He picked up one of the papers, glanced at it aimlessly, then tossed it back onto the desk. Slumping back in his chair, he let out a long, deep sigh. He was in no mental state to work right now. A faint knock at the door barely roused him from his torpor. "Director, may I come in?" It was his vice director, Mamoru Tanaka. "Sure, the door's open." Tanaka came into the study. "I know it's not a great time, but..." Osawa could barely make out his words. He tapped the remote, lowering the volume of the music. Tanaka continued apologetically. "A call came in from the lab. They're hoping for a response to the email they sent yesterday. I'm sure they don't need it today. Apparently they do need an answer as soon as possible, sir. I did ask them to give you some more time, but..." "I see," Osawa said worriedly. "All right, then." Tanaka dipped his head slightly and slipped out of the room. Osawa contemplated his colleague. Tanaka was a man he could truly depend on. It was enough of his own work. He has enough of his own work to do. He didn't need to come here again today, but he did. They'd been working in close concert ever since Osawa had gotten back to Japan. Without Tanaka's support, there was no way he would be in a mindset to do any work at all right now. Sidling up to his computer, Osawa opened his email program and started answering the work-related messages. He reported on his business travel expenses, offered his opinion on capital investments, requested confirmation on current medical stockpiles. He works with fleet detachment. None of this meant anything to him right now. Then a new email appeared in his inbox. The sender was identified simply as A. The subject line read, 1 year ago, South Africa. The message body was blank, but there appeared to be multiple images attached. Ordinarily, Osawa would have deleted a message like this immediately, assuming that it contained some kind of virus. But the word South Africa drew his attention. Could this possibly related to... He couldn't help but wonder. For a long moment he hovered the cursor over one of the images files. At last, as if spurred on by the upbeat rhythm in his ears, he double-clicked the mouse.
Let's see what he's got.
What it is, it seems.
Yeah. Hard to really see, but yeah, it would seem so.
What is this? The grainy photograph showed a large room with a dozen or so people laid out in beds. It appeared to be some sort of medical ward. Osawa felt a strange flutter in his chest. He quickly opened another image.
The top of someone's face?
This one showed a close-up of one of the patients in his bed. Large red blotches covered his face. A large volume of blood appeared to be dripping from his ears and nostrils. A cold shudder ran up Osawa's spine.
What the hell? What the heck? Maybe it could be that the virus also the page you're looking at. UA virus, I think it was called?
UA virus, yeah.
No.
Not AU. AU, John Madden.
Alright.
Osawa opened the remaining image files.
That's a very close up.
Each new picture showed another of the patients. They all appeared to be teetering on the brink of death. There was no doubt about it.
Nobody doubt it.
These people were infected with the UA virus.
Oh my god, what is the UA virus?
The UA virus? The UA virus belongs to a family of...
Illiterate.
Thank you, doctor.
I'm not a doctor.
Yes.
Yes?
But you're studying medicine, so, you know.
Yeah.
Genus...
That's just this UA-like virus. That's UA not a word virus? I've never seen before.
No. Okay.
But it's the same family as the Ebola virus and causes UA virus fulminant hemorrhagic fever. It's capable of airborne transmission, although an infected individual cannot pass on the infection before symptoms manifest. The U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, have assigned the virus to risk group 4, a classification for the most dangerous infectious agents. So, not good to get this, in case you were wondering. Hemorrhagic fever is, not so great.
It's capable of airborne. Okay. Interesting.
So highly easy of transmission, or whatever you would call that.
Highly infectious.
Yes, but not from person to another person. But yes, its aerosol is high, so very infectious.
Okay.
Because it can survive in the air.
Yeah.
That was the thing they were talking about with COVID as well, if they could do that or not. So that really ups the dangers of the disease itself.
But how? Question stumbled through Azawa's mind. His fingers tapped out a quick message. He doubted he'd get a response, but he might as well try. Who are you? Where are these images from?
Well, I was just like, what the fuck is happening? And then a flower.
The UA virus got its name from a Swahili word for flower.
And then there's another one, as you said here before, there was UA virus 1, now there is UA virus 2. So the virus is roughly 90 nanometers to 110 nanometers in diameter, and 500 nanometers to 700 nanometers long. Because of its pronounced sickle-like shape, it is sometimes known as the sickle of death. It possesses a viral envelope, the surface of which is coated with spike-shaped protein protuberances. So, yeah. Sickle of death.
Editor's note. 1 nanometer equals 1 billionth of a meter.
In case you were wondering, I can't read. Because our characters are in the way.
I'm sorry, Americans, but this is not for you.
No. This is the scientific measurements. They are universal, so thank God for that. Because this translation is very American, actually. So
this is, well, you could just be like 1 nanometer is like what is it? 100th of millimeters?
it's not like 1,000.
1,000? Oh, okay.
But it's 1,000 of micron, which is 1,000 of million.
Well, that's micro. I forgot micro.
Nano is even smaller.
Oh yeah.
Nano is when you talk about light waves.
Yes.
That's how small this is. It's a very small virus. But viruses are also very small.
See, I got very confused when they said like 700 nanometers. I was like, oh, that's almost a millimeter. I was like, Jesus, that's big.
No, that's more like a bacteria shape. Viruses are like so small, which is probably why they're not considered alive, because they're so small they can't have anything inside them that would allow them to be alive. So
they also don't reproduce on their
exactly
own.
That is one of the conditions of determining whether something is alive or not, the ability to reproduce on its own, which a virus cannot do.
No.
Therefore it is not alive.
It takes over another cell to start a reproduction.
Yeah, it basically goes into the cell and then it just implements its DNA into the host cell's own DNA, and then it just lets the host cell do its job at making more protein.
Yeah. Supposedly this was based on the fact that the propagated form of the virus resembled the petals of a flower. Despite the flower's name, however, the disease was anything but pretty. UA didn't just mean flower, it also meant to kill.
I mean, with the fucking symptom like hemorrhagic flower, hemorrhagic fever, it's like, stop that! It's not going to be pretty when it's hemorrhagic fever.
No.
Physically bleeding out of their hole. It's not great.
And as the name suggested, the virus had a mortality rate of 100%.
Ah! Mortality rate of 100%. Because most details regarding URIs have been suppressed, cases of UR infections are largely unknown to the world at large, because all patients known to be infected with the virus on official record have died within a short time frame. Oh boy. The mortality rate is given as 100%. As the incidence of known cases grows, the number may drop below 100%, but the mortality rate will likely remain extraordinarily high. Everyone has died so far.
Is this real?
I don't actually know. I don't know. It's very real in the universe, the story, but I don't know if it's actually real. That is just for that. So
That seems like a no.
I don't know. It's part of the canon series, but this game is in, but it does seem to exist, but it's only in the canon universe, so probably not real.
No.
I don't really want to spoil too much of the virus, because it's gonna be more of it. So, no, it doesn't exist in real life, otherwise I think we would have heard of it.
Yeah.
It's just supposed to be similar to Ebola. Just think Ebola, but maybe 100 or 1,000 times more infectious. Because Ebola didn't transmit through air.
No.
This one does, so it's even worse.
It was through bodily fluids?
Yeah. Mainly through bodily fluids, which is why a lot of other developed countries got it and couldn't get rid of it, and why we never really had it in the industrialized countries.
In first world countries?
Yeah, first world countries. I just call them industrialized countries because that's what we prefer to use in our country.
Moreover, there was a very short incubation period between infection, the onset of symptoms, and death.
Onset of symptoms. Inhaled viral particles can spread from the lungs to the lymph nodes and from there disperse throughout the body. That is correct. The virus propagates in several places, including liver cells, macrophages. If you don't know what a macrophage is, it's the component of the immune system, B cells, usually means bacteria and so on, and starts the endothelial cells within blood vessels. Do you know what endothelial cells are?
No.
They are the lining of the surface. So, skin, the lining of all the blood vessels, and so on. They're all endothelial cells. Upon reaching the brain, it forms a neural sludge of blood mixed with other bodily fluids. Oh god, that is not good.
It seems bad.
Yeah, anything that forms in the brain is bad, alright? There's no space for anything else.
How does it reach the brain, though? Can it...
It might be able to cross the blood-brain barrier. It's very small.
Yeah, I guess.
Some things can cross it.
Yeah.
Like some of the medicine you get, for example, can cross it. It's specifically made for it. But there's a lot that cannot. But a lot of antipsychotic medicine can.
Okay. Well.
Otherwise, it wouldn't really work now, would it?
No. Within roughly 12 hours, bleeding would set in through the body everywhere, but the bones and muscles, with lethal results. Due to its incredibly high mortality rate, the disease's very existence had been kept hidden from public knowledge. Also was computer chimed to signify the arrival of a new email. The sender was A. He hurried to open the message. Once again, the subject line read, 1 year ago. Soft traffic.
More!
Your crimes!
Oh god.
Oswald stared at those two words. My crimes? That left him with only with further questions.
It's like, what?
He looked again at the images from the previous email. What makes any of this my crimes? He could see that the patient's bleeding was severe. He estimated that several hours had passed since the onset of the disease. It wouldn't be long before the lives were cut short. To feel that agony, that suffering, and then to perish. Am I to blame for that? Another faint knock came at the door. Darling? Do you have a moment? It was his wife, I.
Oh, what are you gonna choose?
I think this might be a good time to stop.
Yeah.
For now.
We can do that.
We've gone for just about 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Well, you got a glimpse of at least 2 of the new protagonists.
Yeah.
Still missing Yorikawa, but we'll see you next time.
Yeah. Hopefully we will be able to do something with Tama later.
Oh yeah, poor Tama.
I really want to help her.
Yeah.
So
everything's just not going according to plan. It's so sad.
Yeah.
Tama's just like, oh no. Yeah.
So I will see you guys next week.
Yeah. Next Saturday, hopefully.
Next Saturday, yeah. At 8 o'clock again. Around that time. We try to keep it as close to it as possible.
Yeah.
But yeah. Around 8 o'clock. So we'll see you then.
Bye.
Bye.